Hi class, this is Mrs. Stumbaugh, and today we are going to read Under the Ground. Let's look and see. Under the ground, there are worms, tiny eggs, larvae, beetles, roots, and rocks, stones, and pebbles. Have you ever raked through the grass? If you watch, you'll see many different creatures scurry away and burrow to safety. Let's look closer. Can you find a worm, a snail, a centipede, a frog, and a bee? What else can you find? Moles spend most of their lives underground, hidden from enemies, like this sharp-toothed weasel. Above ground, you can usually tell a mole's home by the mound of earth above it. But what goes on under the ground? Moles dig long tunnels with special rooms to store their food and care for their young. They eat earthworms and other insects that live underground. Those are big mole holes. Badgers snuggle down and sleep in their dens underground. They hunt by night and sleep by day. Sometimes a fox will use a badger's old den as a safe, warm place to rear her pups. There's a fox. Some animals build whole cities underground. Colonies of ants build cities connected by maze-like tunnels and rooms. Let's look inside this nest to see how the population of a colony grows. There's the ants. Worker ants carry developing eggs laid by the queen to nurseries where they will hatch. The larvae grow and soon change into pupa and finally into more ants. And they're carrying the eggs. Many insects and small animals lay their eggs in the ground, out of the cold and away from enemies that might eat them. A cockchafer beetle's egg hatches as a grub, which eats soft plant roots. There's the grubs. The moles go after the grubs. All these adult animals live on or under the ground when they are young. The grub lives 3 years underground before growing wings and flying away as an adult. There's the grub. A land snail usually lays its clump of eggs in moist, shaded earth. A cicada first develops in the soil from an egg to a nymph. A butterfly develops from an egg to a caterpillar to a pupa to an adult. Marmots, related to squirrels, live high up in the mountains. They dig a maze of tunnels and caves where they can hide and live safely. While some marmots feed or play in the open, others stand guard and look out for enemies. And there they are. Beware, here comes an enemy now. As soon as they see an eagle overhead, the marmots dive down into their holes. The babies sleep safely through all the excitement. All kinds of animals make their homes in the banks of a river. Let's look at some of the animals who live here. A kingfisher, it's a bird, far left, tunnels in the riverbank to nest and lay her eggs. Frogs, muskrats, and snakes find shelter in hollows between the roots of plants and trees. What can you find hiding under the sand at the seashore when the tide is out? Clams, lobworms, sand shrimp, prawns, sea cucumbers, crab, the desert sun is burning hot. Many animals hide by day in cool burrows dug underground. They wait for the cool of night to come out and hunt. There's your animals. We have a fox, a jerboa, a snake, a scorpion, ants, and a lizard. Right there. Scientists who study caves are called speleologists. They wear helmets, sturdy clothing, and boots to protect themselves. They carry lamps, nylon rope, and other special safety equipment for exploring. Some caves have underground lakes and streams, rock formations, and creatures that live in the dark. Let's look inside in the cave. The speleologist lamps help them see in the dark. See how the bats sleep upside down? They hang from the cave roof by their feet. Some of these animals will never live underground. Which animals are they? See if you can guess. Give you a clue. Blue whale, the sheep, the baboon, and the cat would never live under the ground. And that's the end of our story for today. And see if you can answer the questions that I have on the review activity page. Hope to see you soon. Bye, class.